Good evening. In regard to the use of technology and assistive devices in my classroom, I would have to say that I have a lot of room for improvement. Even though I teach in an inclusive classroom where sometimes half of my students may have some form of learning disability, my use of technology and assistive devices in the classroom is minimal at best. I'm not a fan necessarily of adding more screen time to my middle schoolers, many of whom have virtually unlimited access to their devices at home. In his article on the perceptions of assistive technology, Watimwe in 2001 discussed how the lack of training and discomfort with technology in general have been deterrents to assistive technology in the classroom. And I would have to agree that this could be part of my issue as well. However, I can see the benefit of adding more technology to my classroom. I have begun in the last few years, especially with the COVID situation, where we were using computers for everything all the time. I have added more videos and things like Edpuzzle and Kahoot to our classroom time. I do realize that this benefits my students who struggle with reading as well as those who have limited attention spans. It does seem to keep them focused for a longer period of time, and I'm sure it's more entertaining than I am. I tend to use the technology more in my science classes. I have uploaded some of my textbook material to our LMS, and some of my students with dyslexia are able to use screen readers to do their reading assignments rather than having to struggle through it on their own. And I also try to make my assessments for these students more accommodating, allowing them to do presentations and some of their homework assignments on PowerPoint, which is easier than having them present in front of the class. That does seem to help my students that struggle with anxiety as well. I use Kahoot as a review tool in both math and science, and the kids seem to enjoy that, and it's very effective. I have to agree with Samir Abuzanda with his 2021 article regarding the success of using excessive technology with disabled and non-disabled students. All of my students benefit from an increase in technology, not just my students with disabilities that could use assistive technology. It makes it more enjoyable, and it really does make it more interesting for all of them. It is, however, going to be a continuing struggle for me for a while, but classes like this one are helping me to find new ways to innovate in the classroom and not lose sight of the benefits.